welcome to Christy's Stampin' Spot. I have a really fun card to try to make for you guys today. So I'm just going to show you how I did the fold, and see how that goes. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn you guys down. Get all my things going. Let me do it. Sweet. Let's turn you guys down. Get rid of my banner. Okay, so this is the fun card that we're going to make today. Ooh, my daughter jumped on, so I know she is here. So, and she's checking my sound. It's been a while. Last week she graduated from high school, and I had the blue screen of death. My computer died. My husband had to redo the hard drive on my poor laptop. Oh my goodness. And then today has just been one crazy thing after another. That just seems to be the case. Always. There's always something crazy going on. But this is the card that I'm going to show you guys how to make. That's not cute. And I guess I looked around to see what it was called, and I guess it's called the horizontal center step card. It's got one step, and it's in the center. And what's fun about this one, I've seen some that were much bigger that were like, they use like a full sheet of paper. This one does the half, so it fits in our normal envelopes. So our normal envelopes, they will fit inside our normal envelopes, which is awesome. You'll probably need more postage because it is a little bit thicker of a card, but it fits in a nice one. You don't have to make another special envelope. So that's kind of cool. Isn't that pretty? I love the snail. I'm so sad the snails are going away. But it is one of the retiring products. But this gorgeous paper is the Beauty of Earth paper. And it's, although we have some more wood in the, I think it's called the Good Taste paper, but this is the Beauty of the Earth, the new designer series paper. And I just kind of like this wood piece. I thought that was really pretty. So on my, I'll have all the measurements and for all these little pieces on my website. So I'll have that up on my blog so you guys can see. So if you want to cut down all your pieces so that they'll fit this way. And then on the inside and on the back. And as you can see, I have the vellum, and these are those meadow dies to add those pieces of vellum on there. But first, let's cackle this card base. So there's a couple ways you can do it completely on your trimmer, or if you have the simple scorer, it is nice. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Well, first I'll do it on my trimmer. So this is our regular 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and we're just going to cut it in half. So we can make like we usually do for our 2 card bases. And then you don't need this one unless you make a mistake or you want to make more than 1 card. So it's going to be, this is the 5.5 by 8.5. So on your short end, right, it's up against here, you're going to go to 1 1/4 inch. So you're going to go to 1 1/4 inch, and then you're not going to cut from here. You're going to go 1 inch down, and then cut all the way down to 5 1/4. So on this new trimmer, the measurements are on the other side, but so you just make sure you get down to the 1, and then push it down, and then we want to go all the way to the 5 1/4 with your trimmer. And then you could measure it out to 4 1/4, but I just like to flip it to the other side and do 1 1/4 because I just find that easier for me. And then again, you're going to take your make sure it's at the 1. We're going to cut from the 1 down to the 5 1/4. Now, the next part, that's all the cutting that you need. So you have two slats right there like that. So we're going to, from the cut mark this to the edge, cut mark to the edge, we're going to score, and that's at 1, and then we're going to score at 2, and then, or is that 1 1/2? I think it's at 1, and we just turn it this way. And then this is at the 5 1/4, going to go across here and go across here. And then in the middle is at 4 1/4, and you're going to do it just between the two cut lines. Okay, so I'm actually going to, you can do that with your trimmer. I'm going to use my scoreboard because it's mostly scoring. So this is our Simply Score board. So then I'm going to turn it, what is this, hot dog ways, long ways. And you can see the one, it's supposed to line up. And it's so funny as I get so, you can use your, to the 1. And then we're going to go down to the 2 and score it. And just to the cut line. We're just going to the cut line. And then we're going to score again at 5 1/4. Just to the cut line. And then I'm just going to flip it around, flip it over on its other side. I have a terrible time. So we're just doing it at the 1 and at the 2, at the 5 1/4, and that's just to the cut line. You can see I had it a little bit off on this one, so it was a little bit too much on this side and not enough on that side. You can tell that that's where I messed that one up, but we can fix that. And then at 4 1/4. Now this one at the 4 1/4, it's between the cut lines. So it's not, you're not using the paper, you're not going to do here to here. You're going to do it from in here to here. So just trying to make sure. I'm going to line my ruler up so I can find it. There we go. So it's just in between those two lines right here. So you can see I did a little bit. So I'm just going to take my paper snips, and we're going to put the paper, so it's not going to matter that it was like a tiny smidge over. I will. So you don't want it to tear. And then, so then after you've got your cuts and your scores, so this part's going to fold down. See how it bows? And then this one's going to fold up like a, is that a valley? No, a peak. So it goes peak and peak. And then these two go valley. They go down low. And then these ones peak. So I move this out of the way. And then go ahead and take your bone folder, and you can crisp up your lines. So you make sure that when you're doing that, though, that you've got it all, so you've got it all so it centers up before you like super crease it. And then if you get a little mark where you've not gotten it exactly where you want it to go, you can just use your bone folder to kind of smooth over the crease so that it doesn't show, which is pretty awesome. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? That's how that looks. So I'll have this on there on my blog on how you to do those cuts again. But like I said, I found it much easier to do the cuts on my trimmer and then use my Simple Score to do the score, and then I flip it. I'll put both on there. I'll say I usually flip it, but I will put if you need to have the 4 1/4 and those measurements, I'll make sure I have those on my on the blog too. So that's the base, and that's actually the hardest part. So I'll have all of the measurements for all the pieces. So I actually backed it with white. So I have a white layer piece, and then I cut that gorgeous wood paper from the Beauty of Earth, which is a really dark pack, but it looks really good with the Poppy Parade, I thought. It was really kind of fun. And this is a different kind of wood grain. It's a little bit more whimsical, I think, than the one that's in the In Good Taste, that big black thing. So, and then, so that was the first part you do, and then we're going to cut all these strips um, and I'll have, like I said, I'll have all the measurements, but I have a white layer for each of the sides. So you can see it goes all the way down, and then the wood panel that goes on top. And then I have the a whisper white, or basic white inside piece so you can write your message. And then I also put a strip of that gorgeous paper, and I put one also in the back. So of course I'll have all those measurements on. And then I make these fabulous, these are with mushrooms. These are with the iconic dies. And if you can look, there's several different parts to them. There's two different ones in the iconic dies. I love these dies. So they didn't actually match any stamp set specifically, right? This is one of those other ones. Isn't that gorgeous? Look, it's got this bird and these gorgeous flowers, bigger flowers, a little wasp or a big bumblebee branch and a couple leaves and a fern, and these two fabulous mushrooms. Like, I love these mushrooms. When I saw this, I was like, I must have it just for these mushrooms because they are super totes adorbs. And so what I did with those mushrooms to make them, I set this aside so I can show you guys. I die cut a bunch of white ones of the big one, of both the big and the little. I die cut out of the Poppy Parade and the basic white. So you're gonna leave the basic white alone. And I did punch out most of these because I'm actually going to glue another piece of cardstock behind here. And you can do it two different ways, either behind your red piece that we're going to cut or in the back, depending if you want how much depth you want from your holes. So let me just use my paper piercer and I just poke these holes out just because otherwise it just drives me nuts. And then you're going to do the same thing with the little one. You're going to do the Poppy Parade and the basic white. And then you're going to need your paper snips. So as you can see here, I cut one out, so I'll just show you. There is, when you die cut these out, you're going to see there's like a really light impression line around like the lip of the mushroom. So when you're cutting out the top, you want to cut below that line, right? And kind of with it. So it kind of goes, so it's kind of smooth at the bottom. And then you just kind of go underneath that line if you can. It's got like a couple little, just follow that around and cut it out just like that. It's pretty easy. And then what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna glue it on this one I'll make it go, have it pretty deep. I'm gonna pop up my little white holes. So then before you glue on your top, I used my ivory Stampin' Blend, and they come in a pair, the ivory and the bronze. So I'm just going to use my tip end, and I'm just going to kind of go around the base of my basic white, like the base of the mushroom, just like that, and then on the inside too. So on the inside, so I'm just giving it a little bit of color. It's not very much. Just like that. See that? Just a little bit of color. Okay, and then I'm going to glue it on. Now, if you have those fabulous, like the little, the sticker sheets where you would die cut, you put the I forget what they're called, like the adhesive sheet on the back of your Poppy Parade, and then you die cut it out. You can totally do that. I just like add little dots of the glue. I'm going to add it to my white mushroom, just like that. That's super cute. And then I'm going to add some more glue, and I'm going to just This is one of my, this is just a scrap piece. Oh, I had a scrap piece. I'll show you on the scrap piece. And I'm just going to glue it right here. So you don't want it to cover up this part right here because we're going to, although it doesn't matter because we're actually going to put a piece of brown. So you can go lower if you want. I just don't. And then you're just going to cut around it. That way you have the white behind there. I think that looked really nice. Just having the white. And then it makes it kind of thick and gives it more dimension. And then, like I said, what I also did was I ran through my die, and I just had a bunch of that left over, that scrap. As you can see, I just ran it with that on this little piece. When I ran the big die back through. And if I can get it out now. I need my tool. There we go. Do-do-do. Because all I want is that little inner piece right here. See that little inner piece? That, I'm going to add it. So when I put this down, I'm going to add it to this, just like that. And so I'll glue that down when I put the mushroom down where I'm going to put it. Then I'll just glue that in. So just be careful you don't lose those. So like here on the back, I glued my mushroom down, and then I put that in and let that slide in, as well as I did here. And then this one, it's a little bit raised. So, but it looks so cool. Like, so you can do it two different ways, depending if there's on a back. So on this one, because I didn't back it all the way down to the bottom, it'll be inset a little bit when I put it down. If I had the whisper white, the basic white go all the way down and cut it, then it would be a little bit higher when I glued this one down, because of the extra layer, and it would pop up a little bit. So depending on what you want it to look like. So that's the big one. The little one is much easier. Has less that you do. So you go ahead and get your basic white, with the little die, stamped out. And then of course, you take your ivory, Stampin' Blend again. That hurts. Did you guys hear that? It's not my, wrists are doing so much better, but man, I hurt that a little bit. And then I swam this morning, and so doing the motion in the pool was super nice. The exercise. So you just need to go around the edges like this. Again. Just to add a little bit of dimension to the white. And then you're just gonna just cut it out. So again, you can do it both ways. You can just make it smooth. You can glue it on like this and then add it. Because I did with the big one, I showed you that, I'll just do it this way. Oops, I knocked my thing out. I will add it to here, and then I just use a little bit of that, and then just glue it to your paper. So you can either do it after you've like attached it to your mushroom or before. It's really your preference. It just changes. When you do it the other way, the holes are deeper. So it's kind of fun to maybe do two different ones, so they have different depths to the little holes, which are fun too. It's always nice. The different texture. Okay, and then you'll just glue that down. I'm just going to put the glue on this side, though it's probably better if you use your craft mat. You guys have those little craft mats? I have those out. Looks better. Because I put the glue on here instead of on the back of this, because you don't want it to go through the holes, so you don't accidentally glue your mushroom down to another surface because it'll leak through from that side. Isn't that cute? So I made, let's see, I made 3 little ones, and then I made 3 big ones. So one up here, I put one inside, and then one on the back. So that was super cute. So that means you need to get 6 of each color because you're going to cut them up. But isn't that adorable? Okay, so these are actually 2 different vellum sprigs that I did with the Meadow dies, which is also one of the new die sets. It's in the big one. What did I do with the big one? Here it is. The big Meadow dies, which is in the new catalog. I love these. These are so pretty. So it's like a ton of these. These are gorgeous. And I just ran them through and made and got some vellum. And this one ejected easier than that one. And so I did one full sprig, and then I think I did it twice. I cut them out twice, and I cut them down so that they would fit. Because these ones are pretty good. I really like these dies. They make great little sprigs, flower sprigs. So I have one full one, as you can see. This one right here is a big full one. And then I cut another one up and put the pieces behind it. So this one I have 2 on, and this one I just have 1. And then I have that one there. And then these are actually the other one. So like I said, I cut 2 of these as well. And I'm going to see if I can pop this one out. This one I actually poked really hard with it. And poked a hole right through my vellum. Which you want to not do. You want it to eject, but you don't want to poke it too hard. You put a hole through your vellum. Because some of these are ejection holes, right? So they're not, it's not where you're supposed to punch out the piece of vellum. It's so you can actually get it out of your die. Now, if your dies are really sticky and you're having a hard time getting these out, run them through with wax paper. That helps. So I've seen people that leave the wax paper on when they die cut. I just cut some stuff with wax paper, and it gives it a little bit of a coating, and that works. I don't have to try to cut every time with wax paper. Like with your dies, your punches. If your punches are starting to get dull, you use tinfoil. You punch out a bunch of stuff with your tinfoil. That helps sharpen it back up. But okay, so you do have to be careful with this one. Here's a little delicate. Isn't that pretty? So I used one full one behind the mushroom here, and then so I put all my layers on, and then I put my vellum down, and then I put my mushrooms, and then my snail and my. Actually, I think I put the vellum down, and then I did my sentiment. And again, this one I cut up. I used one full one here, and then I cut the other one up, and I put it here. So you guys can see that looks super cute. Very cute right there. Okay, so how did I make the sentiment? So the sentiment is from this really fun new stamp set that is in the new annual catalog, Biggest Wish. It has these great, bold sayings as well, sentiments, and then it has like the little scripty ones, which is so much fun. I love, love, love. So again, I just did that on some scrap paper, and I'm going to die cut it out with the, this is from the Tasteful Labels, and I just want to make sure that it fits. So that's the only thing, is if this one came really close to not, as you can tell in this one, it was before I re-inked my Poppy Parade, and then I re-inked it, just so you can see the difference in the color. This almost looks like it's 2 steps, so I needed more ink in mine. But this one has a little bit more room because I did the friend a little bit too far. I was going to see how it looked the other way. So what's really fun about this set is I did Hello Friend, and this time I'll do it the other way. I'll do Friend in the Big Poppy Parade, and I'll do the Hello in the Memento Black. So let's see how that looks. And then again, I just want to make sure that it'll fit in that space. And I have this extra mat. If you don't have a mat, when you're using the photopolymer, it's good to use our Stampin' Pierce mat. So I'm going to put it at the top. So I want to make sure this is kind of near the bottom of my die cut. So I'm using the die cut, the framelit here, the die as where I'm going to put my stamp. And then the red does dye. It does stain your stamp a little bit. So I always like to clean it right away. I've got it on my chamois so it doesn't stay this way, because like all the reds, it can get everywhere super easy. And then here's my memento. And as you can see, like I get the memento, I get this on my edges. So I would say probably once a week I go and take a lightly damp paper towel and I go around and get that black off there so you don't accidentally get it on your fingers and then transfer it to your projects. So now I'm going to make sure I get my hello nice and inked up. I'm going to put this back so I know kind of how it goes, especially the first time I do it. And just like that. Clean them off. Is that super cute? Oh, super cute. And then, like I said, then we're ready to die cut it out. This is our little mini. If you guys get the little Stampin' Mini, I love my mini. And I need all my little pieces. Roll my rolly around. Get my pieces out. Okay. So I need my number one. You need your number one. You need your cutting plate. You need die. In the camera, here we go. And then I need my other cutting plate. And where is it? And I did see on the website right before I went live that the where did it go? That the many dots mini is, here it is. Got mixed up in my stuff. Is available now. It was not available for a while, and now it is. So if you're looking for that mini dots that goes in your mini, that is now available. Okay, so there we go. So I've got the number one plate, and then you put it the clear number two, and then your sentiment and the die. I just moved it. There we go. And then it goes right through. It's so lovely. And just like that. So now you can see. So in this one I did it hello friend, and this one I did hello friend, but in the other. So you can maybe even do it on this side instead of on this side. Isn't that cute? Super cute. I love. So that's the mini, our mini cut and emboss machine, which is fabulous. Love. And it lives right here on my desk. So I can do those quick things. And then for the snail, which is sadly, it is retiring. I love this set. It does have a set of dies, although I fussy cutted it. So I, because it has this cute little presents on it. So I stamped it and I colored it, and I used the ivory for his body. I put Pill, the light pool party Stampin' Blend is for his eyes. And then I used the dark Poppy Parade for his stripes to kind of bring that color in. And then I used both of the crumb cakes to kind of blend for his shell. And then I did touch up the black eyes a little bit first. And I did that before I added the pool party with the light basic black. So, and that's how, and then I just fussy cutted them out. I added Stampin' Dimensionals. I put a mini, I cut a mini in half, a mini Stampin' Dimensional, and put it underneath both of the eyes. And that's how I put that in there. And then I finished it off with these fabulous, those are the Elegant Gems, which are super cute. They carried over, I think they were in the last mini catalog maybe, but they have like the clear and a white frosted, and then these kind of, I think it's kind of like petal pink, but it kind of really matched. So I added those on there. So that is how you make that card. Like I said, I'll have all of the measurements up on my blog, and with all the pictures. And you can see it was so easy to make these super cute um, mushrooms with the iconic dies. I just absolutely adore them. They're so fabulous. And then don't forget, you can die cut out the wood. And I did die cut the little wood piece out, which I did like 5 times because I kept losing it um, on my surface because it is the same color as this. But you can see I just cut it out. I die cut out just a little piece of it so I can add it. You can also use your Stampin' Blends and color in, like color a piece of brown right here on your on your basic white, or any of the colors to add it if you wanted to back it on top. I just kind of thought it was fun to use the scraps, because you always have like the little scraps of the paper, and use that to cut out that little piece of your mushroom. Because this one I was like, oh, I'll just cut it out, but then I've got a huge piece with the mushroom. It's super cute. That's the wood one. So it fits in there really nice. Super, super totes adorbs. So I hope you guys enjoyed my cute Hello Friend center. It's a center step, I guess is what it's called, horizontal, and it does fit in our regular envelope, which is pretty awesome. I just wanted to mention, oh, here it is. Here's the wood. Little wood piece. I knew it was somewhere. Fits in there like a puzzle. So cute. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. Okay. I just wanted to mention to you guys that we still have the sale. So if there is, if you want to have your own party and you have friends that want to get together, until the 14th, for every $250 order, you get an extra $25 worth of Stampin' Rewards. And there are some really awesome things in the Stampin' Rewards. Those fabulous new stamp sets, and then that fantastic giant pack of paper, which is pretty awesome. And then I wanted to mention, let me get this out of the way, it is sadly, like I said, the snails are going away, the snail dit set, but it is the end of the mini catalog. It ends at the end of the month. And there are some some sales. I think there's some dies and a couple of the embellishments that's going away. So you can find this list. I know I posted it on Facebook. It's on my blog. Or you can download this list and check out what stuff is on sale. And the stuff that's on sale is probably going to go quick. So if you see it on there, make sure you get it. Especially if you have a set that you love. Check to make sure that the dies, I think some of the dies are 50% off. So it would be cheaper instead of buying the bundle price to get the dies and the stamp set separate. So make sure you keep that in mind. And you might want two sets of dies. It's something you're going to cut lots out. And then don't forget, in June 10th, although I'm kind of surprised it hasn't already sold out, but they have the Expressions in Color is the new paper pumpkin. I'm so excited. It's going to be so gorgeous. But you can order that now. You can see the links are I'll have the links in this video, as well as it's on everything My Paper Pumpkin. But it is gorgeous. It comes with 2 ink spots this time. So that's really exciting. But it matches the Expressions in ink, which is currently on back order because it's just so fabulous. I just love it so much. One of the projects I think I'm going to try later is to figure out how to make, so I'll show you guys how you can make that, use our alcohol markers. So to use our Stampin' Blends to create that. And then we also have the kit collection that came out on June 1st. I know, oh my gosh, there's so much. So this is really exciting. Because they have they are some similar to some of the past paper pumpkin kits, some of the sets, but a lot of the things that they've made that go with it are different. But they have only stamping, or the kits that are only cards. They have some that are stamping and some that are no stamping. So as well as crafting kits that aren't for cards. Oh my gosh, the one that is the kangaroo, and it has a chameleon. It's super cute. Oh my gosh, so these kits are pretty awesome, and they're like $19 for the stamping ones, and the non-stamping ones are $12, which is awesome. So definitely go on and check those out, and those are on in our online store. You just go down. It's right before the paper pumpkin, under the kits. It's a collection, and these are not going to go in back order. So if you want one, get one, because as soon as they sell out, they're going to sell out, and they're just going to put up new ones. That way, no one's waiting on them, and they're pretty awesome. They're really great kits. So if you're looking for wanting something to do over the weekend with your friends, you want to get do a party. Oh my gosh, these little bitty ones are so super cute. Oh my gosh, this the seaside. Um, they have like glitter uh, starfish, not starfish. What are the sand dollars? Oh, it's so cute. But they're little tiny cards. So cute. So I'll have a video on those as well. They're so adorable. But anyway, so you can find those in my online store. And of course, we have the United Through Creativity. And this is a free download. So I think this is going to be up for a year. I know that we had the PDF that went for charity during the pandemic. And I know we loved those images. So these are really awesome. They have sayings in there that are in different languages. So you just go on, you can download it to your computer, the PDF, and print to, just send. I put mine in with printer paper and just printed them out, and then I cut them out and colored them. But there's a lot of really great images and sentiments in there, and it's absolutely free. So I would definitely check that out, and that's in my online store. I also have it up on my website. So definitely check that out. So much awesome stuff. And I'm halfway through getting this card up on my blog, so it should be up later on today. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's card. It's super cute. Don't be intimidated. It's actually not as hard, um, especially since we're going to you can cover up almost all if you miss the first time with the paper. So it's nice, but it's a fun kind of different. You want to do a fun fold. It's not too daunting, but super fun. It looks really good. Like I said, I really love these mushrooms. They're so fun. So, okay. And if you guys need any products, don't forget to use my host code right here. And I always send cards for those that order for me, as well as a gift. Last month we did the in jewels, and I think I have one or two of those left. So I'll probably, but I wasn't sure what I was going to do this month. I didn't even think about it, but there'll also be free for when you do $50. I always send some kind of pack of embellishment, but I'll have that up later of which kind. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and happy crafting. Bye.